When questioned about his solitude, a Stoic man compared friendship to a diamond, rare and priceless. He explained that true friendships are scarce, valuable, and often hidden among countless imitations. After facing a few disappointments, one might begin to think all friendships are illusions, mere counterfeits. Building on this thought, another reflected that genuine friends are treasures to be cherished. But how often do we encounter someone worthy of such esteem in our lives? What does it signify, then, to find yourself frequently alone in a world brimming with connections? Does having few friends reveal something deeper about your nature? Today, we'll tackle this sensitive topic and explore the intricate world of friendships, or their absence. We'll examine the complexities of modern social dynamics and their impact on relationships. Remember, the number of friends you have doesn't define your value. Sometimes, it's about discovering that one true connection. Join us as we uncover why some struggle to build friendships, dive into the root causes, and, most importantly, share practical Stoic principles to create meaningful, lasting bonds. Just as a sculptor carves stone to unveil a masterpiece, you can shape your social world, crafting meaningful relationships that endure. So, stay present as we embark on this journey together through the lens of Stoicism, with open minds and hearts ready to learn, grow, and connect. 1. Is it shyness or simply introversion? We are naturally social beings, yet for many, navigating social interactions feels like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Shyness or introversion often seems like an obstacle along the way, but let's change that perspective. What if we viewed these traits not as challenges, but as unique ways to see the world? At the core of Stoic wisdom lies the ability to transform perceived weaknesses into strengths. The first step is accepting who you are. Remember Marcus Aurelius, who spoke across the ages. Embrace the things that fate has assigned to you. Your introversion isn't a flaw, it's a quiet strength. It's about recognizing that your path is unique, not inferior. When you accept yourself, you free yourself from the chains of what ifs and should haves. This self-acceptance becomes your shield in the noisy world of social interactions, allowing you to stand firm in your quiet confidence. Now, let's turn our attention to the present moment. You're at a social event, feeling the familiar pull of shyness. This is where Stoicism steps in. It teaches you to focus on what you can control. What you control are your actions, your words, and your kindness, not the opinions of others or the outcome. When you speak, do so not to impress, but to express. Shifting your focus from fear of judgment to the authenticity of your words lightens the burden, turning conversations from a battlefield into a playground for meaningful connections. Also, remember that friendship isn't a prize to be won, but a garden to cultivate. When seeking connections, detach from the need for instant results. Like Seneca, who viewed life as a journey, see each interaction as a step on your path, not a test of your value. By focusing on being your true self, you create space for relationships that truly reflect who you are. In Stoic philosophy, every person you meet is an opportunity to learn, grow, and reflect, not just another friend to add to your circle. Through the Stoic lens, shyness and introversion shift from obstacles into strengths. It's not about overcoming these traits, but understanding and using them to navigate the intricate world of human connections. 2. Trust issues. When navigating the maze of friendships, trust issues frequently cast a long shadow. It's like walking a tightrope, balancing your own values against the unpredictability of others. Trust isn't handed out like free samples in a store, it's something earned, bit by bit. Start by understanding yourself. What drives you? What scares you? Clarity about who you are serves as a compass in the wild terrain of relationships. It's about knowing when to open the door to someone and when to keep it closed. Think of how a tree stands tall and steady. It knows its roots, just like you should know yours. Know your roots, your values. This self-awareness is your anchor in the ever-shifting sea of human relationships. Understand that, like seasons, people change. Someone may seem trustworthy today, but tomorrow may be different. This isn't an invitation to close off your heart, but rather a reminder that the only constant is change. Maintain your emotional balance. If trust is broken, it's not the end of the world, it's a chance to learn and get stronger. This doesn't mean you have to become cold or detached. It's about being realistic, realizing that perfection doesn't exist, especially in people. Be like water, flexible, flowing, but always staying true to who you are. Honest, open communication is your most powerful tool. If doubts arise, address them. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Everything becomes clearer. Don't avoid these conversations. They're the bridges that can lead to deeper, more meaningful relationships. A conversation can turn a misunderstanding into clarity, but remember, it's a two-way street. Listen as much as you speak. This balance of talking and listening creates a rhythm, a dance of words and understanding, that deepens friendships. In the end, it's about building a circle of friends where trust is the foundation, not something added later. 3. Lack of social opportunities. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, we may discover a simple truth: the absence of friends isn't always about not meeting new people, but often about not connecting with the world around us. Our phones constantly buzz with notifications, yet our hearts crave genuine connections. Imagine this: volunteering in your community isn't just about helping others. It's a way to meet people who share your values and passions. Whether you're planting trees or organizing books at the local library, each shared task strengthens your ties to the community. These actions embody a Stoic virtue, contributing to the greater good, and through it, you'll find companions who walk the same path. But let's not overlook the power of shared knowledge and interests. Imagine stepping into a room where everyone speaks the language of your profession or passion. Workshops and seminars aren't just about adding credentials to your resume. They're perfect opportunities for building friendships. In these settings, conversations flow naturally as you engage with others who get the nuances of your work or hobby. It's like discovering your tribe, where both professional growth and personal connections thrive together. Also, don't forget to take advantage of the great outdoors as your social space. Activities like hiking, biking, or group yoga aren't just for physical fitness. They serve as catalysts for meaningful connections. In nature's embrace, conversations blossom like wildflowers. These activities remove the usual social barriers, creating space for authentic connections. And while you're out there, take a moment to appreciate the world around you and those who share these experiences with you. It's not about having a large number of friends, it's about valuing the connections that bring meaning to your life. This approach, grounded in simplicity and honesty, transforms the quest for friendships into a rewarding journey. 4. Lack of social skills. Friendships don't happen on their own. Building friendships takes effort and the right mindset, something often overlooked in our hectic lives. A lack of social skills can be a major obstacle to forming meaningful relationships. Remember how Marcus Aurelius gently encouraged us to love those fate brings our way. It's a reminder to seize social opportunities, no matter how small. Start with simple steps. Strike up a conversation at a coffee shop, join a local group, or get involved in online communities with shared interests. These small interactions lay the foundation for building social confidence. Just like a plant needs water and sunlight, social skills require care and patience to grow. A crucial part of developing social skills is listening with intention and empathy. In a world where everyone wants to be heard, being the one who listens sets you apart. Ask questions not just to reply, but to truly understand. Take an interest in the stories of others with sincere curiosity. Shifting your focus from how you're perceived to understanding others fosters deeper connections. It's not about impressing others with your humor or anecdotes, but about creating a space where people feel valued and heard. Also, approach the highs and lows of social interactions with stoic calm. Not every conversation will lead to a lifelong friendship, and that's perfectly fine. Every interaction, whether it grows into a friendship or fades away, is a step forward in your social journey. Rejection isn't a reflection of your value, but a natural part of human connection. With each experience, you're not just improving your social skills, but learning to navigate the complex web of human relationships with grace and resilience. Remember, your worth isn't defined by how many friends you have, but by the quality of the connections you cultivate. 5. Changing circumstances. Sometimes, the absence of friends in our lives mirrors the story of the boy and the apple tree. The story reflects how our priorities change as we grow older, often pulling us away from the relationships that once meant everything to us. As children, our friendships are like carefree moments with the tree, pure and unencumbered. But as we mature, like the boy, our attention turns to what we consider essentials: money, status, a home. In this pursuit, we may unknowingly neglect the friendships that once provided us with comfort and shelter. Like the apple tree offering its shade, this shift in priorities is nothing unusual. It's part of growing up, of evolving, but often, in the pursuit of what we think we need, we miss what we already have. The boy only returned to the tree when he needed something, unaware of the unwavering, selfless friendship it provided. Similarly, in our rush for success and stability, we may overlook the friends who silently support us. What's the result? A life filled with achievements, perhaps, but lacking real, heartfelt connections. Rebuilding or nurturing friendships takes intentional effort. Much like caring for a garden, it's not about grand gestures, but about small, consistent acts of kindness and understanding. Start by reaching out, initiating conversations, and being present not only during happy times but also when someone needs support. Remember, friendships, like trees, develop deep roots over time, not instantly. The story of the boy and the tree teaches us that friendship is a two-way street, requiring care and attention from both sides. Don't be the boy who only remembered the tree when he needed something. Be the one who consistently cherishes and nurtures these relationships. 6. Shifting priorities or growth. In our constantly evolving lives, where we juggle careers, education, and personal growth, shifting priorities quietly shape the rise or fall of our friendships. Stoicism, a philosophy as relevant today as it was in ancient times, teaches us to embrace the ever-changing nature of life. Imagine your life as a river, constantly flowing in changing direction. As you navigate the rapids of career growth or the calm waters of family life, your social time will naturally rise and fall. This isn't a failure, but simply the reality of living a full life. Stoicism offers practical wisdom for these moments of change. When your days are packed with meetings, deadlines, or family duties, it's easy to feel the pressure to maintain a large circle of friends. Yet Stoicism advises focusing on quality, not quantity. It's better to have a few deep, meaningful connections than many superficial ones. This approach isn't about cutting people off, but about focusing your energy where it truly counts. By doing so, you honor both your time and the time of others, nurturing relationships that are genuine and fulfilling. Adapting to life's shifting priorities with Stoicism doesn't mean settling for fewer friends. Rather, it's about accepting the natural ebb and flow of relationships. Some friends may drift away, while others will stay or enter your life because of your evolving priorities. Embrace this journey with wisdom and courage. Remember, every person you meet, whether they remain for a season or a lifetime, brings unique value to the tapestry of your life. Be fully present in your interactions and allow Stoicism to guide you in building friendships that are not only meaningful but also aligned with the person you are becoming. 7. Mental well-being. Our mental well-being, often overlooked in the rush of life, is a quiet foundation in the structure of meaningful friendships. Stoicism, a philosophy that isn't just for ancient marble statues but also for modern resilience, offers insight into this. It's not about putting on a stiff upper lip, but about understanding our mental state. When our inner world is clouded by anxiety or shadowed by depression, it's like trying to navigate a social maze in the dark. The Stoics encourage us to light a torch, not to banish the darkness entirely, but to find a way through it. As George Carlin wisely said, beneath the surface of a cynical outlook lies a disappointed idealist. This isn't about wearing rose-colored glasses, but about realizing that our mental struggles can unintentionally create walls, not bridges, between us and potential friends. Now, let's get practical. Stoicism isn't about quoting Marcus Aurelius while sipping a latte. It's about taking actionable steps. First, mindfulness. And no, it's not just a fancy term for daydreaming, it's about being present in a world where attention is the most valuable currency. Being fully engaged in a conversation is like giving a rare gift. It shows you care, and that's the true currency of friendship. Also, meditation isn't just for monks, it's for anyone balancing life's many demands. Just 10 minutes a day offers benefits beyond your mind. It signals to others that you value clarity and calm. Tranquility as a goal may seem like a luxury in our 24/7 world, but it's the foundation for lasting friendships. Tranquility isn't about escaping to a beach. Often, that's just an illusion. It's about finding peace amidst the chaos. It's having an anchor so that when life's storms come, and they will, you aren't swept away. Friends aren't just for sunny days, they're the shelters in life's storms. By striving for inner calm, you become the person others turn to. Stoicism teaches us that this inner tranquility is within reach through self-reflection and consistency. It's about recognizing our emotions, understanding them, and not letting them control our actions. This doesn't mean being emotionless, rather, it's about mastering how we respond to our emotions. When you gain this control, you become a beacon of stability in an often unpredictable world. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate calmness and understanding. By cultivating your inner peace, you unintentionally create a space where friendships can thrive. Remember, in pursuing mental well-being, you're not only nurturing your mind, but also planting the seeds for deeper, more meaningful connections. 8. Lifestyle choices. The fast pace of life often pushes us down a solitary path, where friendships slowly fade into the background. Imagine this: you're chasing deadlines, checking off tasks, but by the end of the day, the chair across from you at the dinner table stays emptied. It's not just about being busy, it's about what you choose to prioritize. Stoicism encourages us to critically examine our decisions. Are you spending your time on what truly matters? Reflecting on this can be a game changer. It's about finding the courage to say no to distractions that don't fulfill your deeper need for connection. Now, consider this approach. Shape your day like a sculptor crafting a masterpiece. Shape your day like a sculptor crafting a masterpiece. Each choice is like a chisel stroke, carving out time for both duties and relationships. It's not about stretching your day to fit more in, but about sculpting it wisely. You may have fewer hours to socialize, but the quality of those moments can skyrocket. By surrounding yourself with the right people, those who share your values, every interaction becomes more meaningful. It's about depth, not just width, in your social life. Remember the Stoic art of balance. It's not just about splitting your time equally, but aligning it with what truly fulfills you. Imagine your life as a mosaic, with each piece representing a different aspect of your existence. Work, hobbies, rest, and friendships all have their place. Your task is to arrange these pieces into a harmonious whole. It's a balancing act, one that requires constant adjustment and thought, but when you get it right, your life's picture becomes not just beautiful, but deeply satisfying. 9. Differences in interests. Diverse interests are like different musical notes, each one distinct, yet all contributing to a greater melody. When interests clash, it's not just a missed note, it's a potential symphony of connections left unplayed. Imagine you love rock music, but your colleague enjoys classical. There's a gap, yes, but also a bridge waiting to be crossed. Stoicism encourages us to see these differences not as obstacles, but as stepping stones to broader horizons. It whispers, find harmony in the discord. When we focus only on our own interests, we risk creating a bubble that limits both our worldview and our circle of friends. By embracing the diversity of passions around us, we're not just discovering new hobbies, we're unlocking doors to fresh relationships and perspectives. There's a saying, variety is the spice of life. Stoicism fosters this curiosity, reminding us that every person we meet holds a universe of experiences, ideas, and passions. Imagine you're a die-hard gamer, and your neighbor is passionate about gardening. Instead of just nodding and walking away, ask about their favorite plant. Show interest in their world. It's not about pretending to love gardening, but about valuing their passion and, in return, giving them the chance to see and appreciate yours. 10. Remember this. This shared curiosity is a powerful bond, connecting people with different interests. It's about recognizing that beneath all these hobbies and passions, we share common threads of excitement, dedication, and joy. Stoicism acts as a compass, guiding us to find common ground in shared values and human emotions, rather than just similar interests. Imagine a world where friendships aren't built only on shared hobbies, but on understanding and appreciating each other's differences. It's a world where a sports enthusiast and a bookworm connect through their perseverance and love for learning. In this dance of friendship, Stoicism teaches us to lead with an open heart and mind, forming connections that are not just about what we do, but who we are and what we can become together. Remember, the true depth of our friendships isn't determined by how alike we are, but by how we embrace and learn from our differences. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions, but about understanding and guiding them. Be open to seeking out friendships that align with your heart. These tips wrap up our video. We'd love to hear your thoughts on them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Stoicism provides many valuable insights for daily living, so keep exploring this philosophy with us. We'd also appreciate it if you subscribed and gave us a like. Wishing everyone well with the Creator. You can simply share with us if you are an extrovert, introvert, or ambivert. Thank you so much for watching, and we can't wait to see you in our next video. Until then, pick a video on the screen to dive deeper into Stoic wisdom. Stay stoic and continue nurturing those meaningful connections.